Join us on the Lucky Breaks podcast as Jesse Gallegos, a former bar pool player and intense athlete, shares his surprising journey to becoming a laid-back APA pool team captain. Discover how he balances his competitive drive with a fun-first philosophy, navigating everything from managing player attendance to aiming for Vegas, all while prioritizing a team free of jerks. We hope you enjoy. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Lucky Breaks podcast. I'm Sue Lueder, and today I'm here with Jesse Gallegos, and we're going to be talking about what it's all about being a captain of a APA pool team. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get into being a captain, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about your journey to the pool world, where you got started, and how you got into this APA thing?
Well, I've been playing bar pool for 20 years before I got to APA, and I actually thought I was good. Me and my buddy got pool sticks from like Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that, and we went to the local bar, and we actually played well there, so we thought we were just like the best pool players ever. Then I went to shoot at the library one night just for fun, and Ladies League was there, and Ed Cablis was there to hang out with one of his buddies, so I started playing with Ed, and maybe he had an off night, I don't know, but I was kicking his ass, so he was like, hey, why don't you come play APA? I'm like, what is APA, bro? I don't even know. So I looked it up on the internet, and yeah, I can go do this, no problem. So I joined, the first team I joined, I'm not saying any names, but it wasn't a good team. It was a horrible team. As far as like teaching me etiquette of APA and whatnot, because I'm a bar player, I'm a bar brain. I don't know about if the balls are close together and the double hit on the ball, all that stuff. Didn't know anything about that. But I joined up and they said, you're a 3. I was like, I'm not a 3. Man.
You thought you were better than a 3?
Oh, yeah. I was like, I'm not a 3. There's no way I'm not a 3. You guys are crazy. So my first match, it was an elderly gentleman who had a little bit of trouble moving around the table. So I was like, bro, why are you going to put me against this guy? Like, I come from a world of contact sports. I'm like, I felt bad. And he gave me that work. It 3-0'd me. And like, wow. And I was like, okay, I guess I am a 3. It was
very humbling.
Oh, absolutely humbling. Yeah. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I actually quit pool. I quit APA. I was like, I don't know.
Immediately?
Yeah. Because my competitive nature was like, I can't be beat at anything by this old dude. Like, are you serious? Yeah. And then, so I quit. And then a couple sessions later, someone on Facebook was like, we're looking for players. So I was like, I'll give it another shot. And it was a really good team. It was Sandy Speck's team, Noah Ray. They're both gone out of San Diego, but Erin was on the team. She was on that team. It was a fun team. They showed me etiquette of the pool world and realized like how much I didn't know. I thought it would be boring because, like I said, I'm football, basketball, real martial arts, real high intensity and high impact stuff. Mm-hmm. But I ended up just falling in love with APA, and it's one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Other stuff I've done, I've kind of just been not great, but better than most. Mm-hmm. And this is like, dude, I am just average here. I'm a 5, and I'm still like average, mm-hmm. With no handicap. All the like. Most of the people in the pool would just, I played you once and you destroyed me. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm just average here. So anyways, fell in love with APA, and I've been doing it since 2018 now.
Nice.
So I went from, I was a 2 at one point in 8-ball.
Oh, cool.
But now I'm a 5 or 4 now, but I was a 5. So,
mm-hmm. But, yeah, you're sort of in that 4 or 5 range. Yeah.
People get mad when they play me as a 4. I know I'm not a 4, but what you want me to do?
That's what the computer says.
Yeah, computers don't lie, so I was just like,
yeah.
So, anyways, that's how I got into APA. And
how many nights a week do you play?
Right now, just 2.
Just 2?
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. I am on a Masters team.
Okay.
We play once a month.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Masters 2. That was a little tedious for me. Took a little while.
Yeah.
Matches. Went to Masters 1 because I want to. Whatever sport I've done, I always want to play people better than me. I either want to win or I want to learn. So I'm going to get my ass kicked here, but at least I'm going to learn some stuff. And that's what I want. I don't want to just come in and beat people up and then not learn anything. Mm-hmm. And so far it's worked out. I've gotten my ass kicked, but I've learned. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just those 2 nights a week though, just Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. And you're a captain. How long have you been a captain?
Since 2018.
Oh, okay. So you became a captain pretty quick.
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't want to.
Uh-huh.
It was
thrust upon you.
Yeah. The team I was on, it was a Tuesday team. And I joined it, and the original captain never showed up. Like he didn't show up at all for any matches. So I'll do it. I mean, not me, but another person on the team was like, I'll do it. And she was a horrible captain. Like she didn't pay the fees. didn't turn in the score sheets on time, back when paper score sheets, and you got the bonus points.
Yeah.
So like the first session, we missed out on, I want to say 60 bonus points.
Oh, man.
Which would have put us in playoffs.
Yeah.
So anyways, the team was getting tired of it and show up to league one night, and they're like, hey, you're the captain now. Like the opposite of the Tom Hanks movie. I'm the captain. I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're the captain. We had a vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how come I didn't get a vote? It's like, well, because you're the one we voted for. I was like, okay, so what do I do?
You were called to serve.
Yeah. And I was like, and they're like, no one else wants, like, they want you to do it. I was like, I don't even know what to do. Like, what did I do with my hands? You know? But kind of, I had some good people on the team that, like Ashi, he helped me, helped me with being a captain. But Ashi helped me out with pool a lot, like teaching me and showing me some stuff, how to deal with people, him in particular. Yeah, he showed me the ropes, and I was like, all right, cool. So I took over the team, and I was the captain of that team until what, 2022? Yeah, I think so. I kind of got burned out, took a session off, and Aaron was on the team, so I was like, yeah, it's your team now.
Yeah.
And but then I started up another team on Tuesday nights that I'm a captain of.
How would you describe your captain style?
Laid back.
Yeah.
Like I said, I captain a lot of flag football teams. That's intense, real intense. And I put together a team to win. So I was very intense as a captain. If you weren't doing your job, get off the field. I don't need you here. I've kicked people off the team because they just were horrible.
Mm-hmm. Meaning they weren't good players?
There was no handicapping.
Yeah.
If you did, I mean, they're not going to spot you 20 points against a good team. So you want to have the best people playing for you, and they have to give their all. Like, it's a completely different mindset for me from pool. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to bring that to pool because it took a lot out of me to do that, to ride people like that, to be that kind of a jerk. So I took kind of an opposite approach. And I looked at it like how I would want to be captain in pool. Because for me, pool is something I do for fun. It's a hobby. It's something I do to relax. Like, I'm going there to escape the troubles of the world and hang out with some friends. And a couple of teams I was on, they wanted everybody there to stay the whole night.
Even if they weren't playing?
Even when playing.
Oh.
And I'm like, bro, there's better things I could be doing in my life right now instead of sitting here in a bar drinking. I mean,
watching other people play pool.
Yeah. Especially in a place where there's no extra pool tables. Mm-hmm. So, and it irritated me because, am I playing? Oh, I don't know. But stay around. I'm like, bro, I mean, I don't mind sitting at a bar drinking all day, but on a Tuesday night when I got to work the next morning, like, come on,
That's rough.
So I decided I'm going to do things a little different. And the first thing I did was I did lineups.
Yeah, same here.
So, I'm like, hey, these five are playing. Mm-hmm. And if you want to show up and you're not in the lineup, follow me and show up. I don't.
Yeah, cheer on the team.
Yeah,
that's great.
But not an expectation. Because for me, like I said, pool is not life. I know for some people it is. They want to be there no matter what. And more power to them. Mm-hmm. If that's your jam, that's your jam. You want to sit at the pool hall all night, go right ahead. Because I watch flag football all day and not play. Mm-hmm. People are like, why are you there if you're not playing? I'm like, why would I not be,
Yeah.
So took a little different approach with that. And I don't require people to be there all night. And my thing is, if you play a match, score a match. And after that, I don't care what you do. You can go home, you can go drink at the bar, you can hang out. It doesn't matter to me because I want people to enjoy themselves, not look at it as a burden. And if people want the night off, then you don't have to give me some long-winded excuse like my grandma needs to have a hair transplant and I need to take her to the doctor. I'm like, just tell me you don't want to play tonight and I'm good with it. That's why we have 8 people on the team.
Yeah.
So, and it's worked out a lot. With my teammates that they appreciate that. Like, hey, some people got to get up for work early in the morning. We have a couple of people on the team that always play early because they got to get up at 5 in the morning, and I'm fine with it. Mm-hmm. And most people on the team are fine with it too. Like, oh yeah, we know that so-and-so has to leave early. We don't care. Mm-hmm. And then some people want to show up late. I don't care. Mm-hmm. As long as you score your match before you leave.
Yeah.
So it's pretty laid back.
Yeah.
As far as expectations for people being there and staying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges then that come about as a captain?
Well, for me, since I'm so laid back, sometimes getting people to show up at 7 because everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm
running late."
Yeah, it's fine. Last week I had to start the match with just me. I was like, hey,
got to score for yourself.
Yeah, we got a 5. Someone walked in like 2 minutes later.
Okay. Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, to me, it's no big deal. I'll play first. I'll keep score for myself. I don't care. But that's the biggest thing is getting people just to get their at set. Mm-hmm. And I don't really complain too much about it with them. I'm just like, hey, man, like, at least let me know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But For most teams, that's for the teams I captain, that's one of the biggest issues that I have. Just getting them to show up on time.
Yeah. How about how do you sort of manage team performance? And you mentioned it's just for fun and things like that, but you probably still want to win more than you lose.
Well, I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, I just want people to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, from football, you're there to win. You're there to do the best. And if you're not the best, I'm going to find someone else. I mean, not now. I don't know. Those days are behind me now. But for here, I'm like, I just want you to have fun. I don't care if you suck. You're going to play. You're paying to play. You're to have fun. You know, I was talking to a teammate a few weeks ago about the team, and they're on teams I want to win. I'm like, well, I want a team to have fun. I like to win. I'm competitive. When I play, I want to win.
For yourself.
Yeah.
But you don't put that on the rest of the team.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. And, you know, I told him if I want to put together a team just to win, to go to Vegas, the first person I'm replacing on my team is me. It's like, I don't want that pressure. Like, don't give me that pressure. But it's worked out. A number of my teams have won the division. We won playoffs. Went to cities a few times. Went to the finals twice.
Wow.
So it's worked out. I mean, they're pool players at the end of the day. There's handicaps, you know. So as far as like play to win, play to have fun. If we win,
that's
cool.
a bonus.
Yeah.
That's like cherry on
top. But at the end of the day, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Mainly because I like to have fun when I'm out there. And if I get someone who's too intense, it like kind of brings the vibe of the team. You know, I don't care if you win or lose, just have a good time.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been on a lot of teams that, well, actually, it's probably my style. I'm pretty competitive. So I'm one of those captains that really wants to configure the team for getting to cities and getting to nationals. And I find it challenging to kind of find the right makeup of players that also share that same spirit. And it's probably easier to find folks who are interested in just coming and having fun. So I don't know. I think I make my own problems a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, if that's what, I mean, you know, to each their own. And there's people out there that want to win. And right?
Yeah. Well, that brings me to a good area of questionings. How do you find new players for your team? Like when someone drops for whatever reason?
Well, I tend to ask the people on my team first, like, do you have friends that, because I like them to be known entities. If it's just some random person that just joined APA, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And my number one rule for any new person on my team is don't be an asshole. That's it. Like, really, just don't be I don't care how good you are, just don't be an asshole. So that is the first thing. You got any friends that aren't assholes, don't want to play? And I end up with a lot of new people on my team, which is cool.
Like lower skill levels?
Yeah, lower skill level. Yeah, I'm on my team, my 9-ball team right now. There's 2 people on my team that start off with, my team was the first APA team. And they're cool people. They're fun to hang out with. So bring them in for, I don't want to say a tryout, but kind of hang out with the team, see how they vibe. One of the things I like to do is I like to give people shit. I like to, you know, if I'm nice to you, that means I don't like you or I don't know you. So if I'm nice to the people watching it, I like you. I just don't know you.
Right.
Like Garrett's one of my best friends in pool, and the way we talk to each other, you think that we hate each other.
Smack talk.
Yeah, that's what we do. So, like, you got to be able to take the shit talking on the team, and I want that in return. And once a couple people are like, "Cool, what did you just say?" I'm like, I said you're horrible, man. Not like I said this, and this. And
that shot sucked or something.
Yeah, whatever. And I'm like, I bet you if like there was a beer for that shot, you'd have made it, or if there was a sandwich for that shot, you'd have made it. Just something.
And you get them laughing, right? Yeah.
And then once they realize they can talk shit to me, then it makes for a fun pool night. Because then, especially if you're losing and you're like, but then you hear it chirping and talking some shit, like, man, you know. But they're making me laugh, so I'm like, you know, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
So that's a look for people who are easygoing. Don't take the game too serious. I mean, take it serious, but don't like sit there and break your stick in half and throw stuff around the pool and storm off. Like, because I want people to be competitive, but have fun, be loose, you know. So when I ask for new players, I was like, hey, I want someone who's gonna have a good time. And then be a good person and not be an asshole. You know? So usually like on my team, right, both, even on my Wednesday team that I'm not a captain of, that Aaron's on, everyone on that team is chill. They're cool. They want to win. They're a good team, but I can have fun with all of them. And on my Tuesday team, from top to bottom, it's my friends. People I hang out with outside the pool. We go out drinking on the weekends or have a barbecue at the pad. Just people that I would hang out with outside the pool too.
Okay. So we've talked a lot about how to add new players to the team and how it's so important for them to have the right vibe with the team.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I know I've had some difficult moments having to ask someone to not be on the team anymore. And that's the least favorite thing of being a captain. I'm curious if you've ever had to go through that.
Yeah. I've had to remove a couple people from the team. I'll never remove anybody from one of my teams for how they play. Like if you lose every match of the session and you're playing 9-ball and you score 1 point per match, I'm not going to kick you off the team. I will kick you off the team if you're undependable or just an asshole. And I've had to do it a few times. The captain I replaced a while ago, she had some issues, which she worked through, better now, but at the time she was very detrimental to the overall vibe of the team. So after I became captain, I had to remove her. I was the first person. And I took her aside and spoke to her. I'm like, look, you got some issues. You need to work on this. And I can't have you on the team anymore. And she was receptive to it, And so for the people that I've had to remove from the team, I was pretty straight up with them. I'm not the kind of guy that beats around the bush. I'm pretty direct with you. So I've told them why they aren't on the team for whatever reason. And for the most part, they don't like it, obviously. But, at the end of the day, it's like I have to put my personal feelings aside and do what's best for the team. And right now, you're not it. And then, I've made friends with them still. So in the football world, you get kicked off teams all the time. I've been kicked off teams for better people. Yeah. It's nothing personal. It's just like, you're not it right now. So, and you're still friends with them and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't like doing it, but it's what's best for the team.
Yeah. I've had so my teams are generally pretty competitive, which I think is maybe a difference. And I have had to ask folks. So I had one player who I had joined the team, and because they had been a 3 in 8-ball, but they only played like 1 or 2 games, they came on as a 3, but they were really more like a 2. Actually, it was 9-ball. And the player lost 19-1, then like a 20-0, and they still didn't get moved down to a 2. And the team was competitive, and we just couldn't afford those big hits. And I had to talk to them and say, unfortunately, the way your skill level is right now, it's not getting adjusted based on the scores. We're going to have to let you go off the team. And they took it so well. But I've also had people not take it well at all and take it out on me. And it's been very unpleasant. You haven't had any sort of performance related ever in all those years? How about people getting too high in skill level and then you can't feel the whole team? Does that ever happen?
I don't think so. The highest skill level I've had on one of my teams that I captained was a 7.
In 8 or 9?
9.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I've captained an 8-ball team.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I'm not thinking about it now. Just 9-ball. But yeah, the highest I've had in 9-ball is a 7. So
okay.
I've left teams because they had too many high skill level players. But I've never kicked anyone off based on the skill level or the performance. You just
opted yourself to leave the team because there were too many 5s or something like that.
Yeah, we were all 4s at one point, and then ended up with 3 6s and 2 5s, and I was like, someone's got to go out to it. And that team ended up falling apart anyways.
Yeah. I find that a lot of players, they'll join the team. Maybe they come from bar pool. They start as a 3. They quickly go to a 4, and then they get to a 5. And that's the number where you start to have too many 5s on the team. I'm a 5, you're a 5. Yeah. I'm always the one that's like, I'll leave the team if we have to. Yeah. If we need more room, but yeah.
Yeah, but I never kicked off anyone for that.
Yeah. Tell me, have you been to nationals yet on a team?
No.
Okay.
No, just for Jack and Jill.
Is it on your list to go?
Oh yeah, I want to go. My last session captaining the Tuesday 9-ball team that Aaron was on, we went to the finals, and I made some. Normally, with matchups, people do analytics and they're like, oh yeah, this person is up. They score blah 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 points a game, and you score blah blah. So we're gonna. I'm just like, all right, who's ready to go? or who wants to play this person, or that's a drawback for me when it comes to tournaments. So in the finals, I made a couple tactical decisions on matchups that I should have done differently. Anyways, we ended up losing by 1 ball.
Oh my God.
From going to Vegas, and I was like, but yeah, I mean, I want to go. I want to win. I'd love to go. My girlfriend's team has gone to nationals a couple years ago, so I went. That was an eye-opening experience compared to Southwest, but yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to win.
Yeah.
It's in football. I've won I don't know how many titles at all levels of the game, and the NAT. And here, it's like you win division and you win blast, but I've yet to win cities, and for me, that's very frustrating. From a competitive level, like I said, it sounds like I'm contradicting myself when I say that I just want to do it for fun, but I'm very competitive. Yeah. And I scale it back at pool. So it is something that's frustrating for me that I haven't gotten to Vegas yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
and so close. One ball?
Yeah. One ball.
How was the team? Did they give you a hard time, or they were cool about it?
Oh no, they were. No, I'm
you were harder on yourself.
Yeah, I'm a worst critic.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, it's not your fault, but I had a new guy on the team and I played him, and the time came up, I could have played him in the third match, but he wasn't there. He went outside for something. I felt the need to put someone up right then, even though I could have been like, hey, he's going to be in like 2 minutes. He ended up playing last, and all the pressure was on him, and he wasn't really ready for it. And he needed 3 balls to win. He's lining up he's a guy that lines up his cue stick over the object ball and the cue ball. And as he's bringing it back, he taps the cue ball with his cue stick. No. And it was easy run out for the 3 balls. And I was like, he felt so bad for that. But everyone was like, hey man, we're glad we got here. We
Mistakes
got money.
happen.
So like I said, I was my own worst critic with that. And I still think about those two decisions I made that
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. Are you in the world qualifiers this month? Like, do you have 9 ball coming up, or no, not this year? So, gonna go for next year.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, like I said, a little contradictory, but I do want to win. Like I want to go.
Yeah.
So
it's it's so stressful. We just followed the team yesterday at 8 ball cities yesterday, and the stress on the captain of making those choices it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah. See, like I said, normally during league, I'm like, you know what, hey, Aaron, you play a 7 tonight. Go ahead, have fun. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
But in like I said, in finals, Arena, like cities and blasts, that's one thing I need to work on with the captaining is taking a little bit more of a strategic approach during those higher tournaments.
Yeah. It does take a little bit of a different strategy. Yeah. Especially where you line people up and their ability to handle the pressure and or rise to the challenge, that sort of thing. So yeah. How about the captain's tournaments? Have you ever played?
I hate the captain's tournaments.
So you have played?
I've played in them. I don't
Why do you hate
it? Well, when I've gone before, I've done it 3 times. The first time I didn't even play. I don't know I was there.
Well, how does the format work again for the captain's tournament?
So it's 5 on a team. Okay. And you need to have 3 people play, and it's a 15 skill level max for the 3 people that play.
Okay.
And it's alternating format, so it's 3 rounds of 3 pretty much, and 8 ball, 9 ball, 8 ball is the first round, and then 9 ball, 8 ball, 9 ball.
And is it just whoever wins the rack? And is it Scotch triples or
no? It is 1 rack, no handicap.
1 rack.
1 rack, no handicap, and it's the way that it's set up. Where you play is they have you can have 1 6 or above in the lineup, and then the low skill level plays the low skill level, mid, high. So if you're a 3, you're going to play like a 3 or 4, and if you're a 7, you're playing their 7, and it's just 1 rack. That's it. 1 point. Whoever gets 5 points first wins the match.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you're a 7-9 or a 6-7, you still count as a 7.
Oh, okay.
So if you're playing a Blake, but and you're a 7 and 9 ball, for the caps tournament, you're considered the same level.
Yeah.
So and I don't know, I'm not a fan. I've played in it. I'll probably do it again just because I'm competitive that way. But I mean, of course, I probably just killed any invitations we wanted.
I was just thinking that a 5-5-5 team would probably be your best
they're dangerous. Right? Yeah. Because we have a 5-5 team, then you can pick the order
we're
of
both
people
fives.
to play.
We could find a third 5 and give it a try.
If I find a 5, I'm down to play.
All right. Let's think about that.
Yeah. But I mean, the format's cool, but again, it's one rack and the best of 5. But I don't know, for me, I've never really been a fan. I'll do it. Like I said, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah.
This last one I did it with my girlfriend Lisa and my friend Garrett, and we had a fun time. So for me, like, I had a good time. So that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Before the one before that, actually, I was with Snacks and Shauna Hawk.
Oh.
And I wasn't gonna play, but when she said Snacks is on the team, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I can learn something, and you showed me some stuff. It's kind of cool. But I mean, I say I don't like it, but I'll do it again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think of the captain's tournament as one of the benefits that they give back, that the league operators give back to the captains. What other benefits can you see from being a captain?
I can give myself the night off whenever I want. What I can do.
Meaning your teammates are all there to score? Because sometimes I feel like I have to be there to coordinate and things like that.
Yeah, I used to think that way, but sometimes I want a night off, and if I'm on the lineup, I'm like, beat. So what I found out for my captaining style, you got to have a really good co-captain. And I only schedule myself on a night off when I know my co-captain's going to be there. Yeah. Like my previous 2019, Erin was my co-captain, and she's a great coach. So I didn't have to worry about nothing. Yeah. And I would show up, and she'd be like, "Who should we put up?" I'm like, "Don't ask me. I'm not the captain right now. That's your job. I'm here to watch you. I ain't."
Yeah.
Do you think I should do this? I think you should not ask me. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And right now my co-captain is my girlfriend. She's a great co-captain too. So I know if I'm not there, she can handle stuff. I don't have to worry about anything, and I can take the night off and not stress about, is she making the wrong decision? Is she doing the wrong thing? Are we going to get kicked out of the league? So yeah. So that for me, that's another thing I need to have. Is I need to have a good co-captain who's willing and understands that they got to run the team sometimes. Yeah.
Especially if your teams are generally fairly laid back, things can kind of go sideways if you're careful.
So that's one of the things too. And I was glad that I was forced to learn all the rules. In flag football, we use the rules to our advantage. Any chance we can get, you learn the rules to your advantage. And so that's what I had to do, is not so much to our advantage, but so that we don't get taken advantage. Because there's some people out there who will throw out, "Oh, well, this is a rule." And I'm like, well, no, it's not, bro. Yeah. It's not. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas I've seen other captains, really? Is it a rule? Well, I mean, if you say so, okay, I guess so. And
like if you miscue on the break and you scratch, things
it's
like
a foul.
That. Yeah.
Had someone, I wasn't paying attention and they lagged. And my teammate won the lag, but his opponent said, I hit the rail before you struck your ball. That's a relag. And my teammate was like, "Oh, well, I guess so." And I just happened to step away from the table, and I came back like, "What happened?" And they told me. I was like, "Dude, that's not even a thing. Like, ask somebody." But like, you got taken advantage of. And I've seen it, not in my matches, but in other matches where teams will take advantage of other teams, their a lack of knowledge of the rules. And I saw one team where he conceded the game, shook the guy's hand. The captain came up and says, "You still have to shoot the shot." And I'm watching this. I'm not going to say nothing because that's not my team. I ain't getting, I ain't getting involved in that.
Yeah.
But the other captain was like, "But he conceded. No, we still have to take the shot." The captain said, "I have to grant the concession." I'm like, "That's absolutely false."
Yeah.
But the other captain said, "Well, okay, go ahead and shoot." And he made the ball.
Oh,
still,
okay,
but
good.
it's like,
still, people don't know the rules. Yeah.
And when I was not a captain, I've seen that a couple times. I was on teams where that happened. I was like, that don't seem right. So one thing I'm glad about being a captain is having to know all the rules so that you don't get taken advantage of and give a ball in hand you shouldn't have given, or conceding a game and then you don't. That's one of the other advantages I've liked about being a captain. But being able to pick the makeup of your team, choosing who I want to play with.
Yeah, and spend your time with.
Yeah. You're looking at spending 4 or 5 hours out of your day with these people.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend with assholes. And I do that at work. I don't need to do that at when I'm out, not at work.
Yeah.
If anybody from work is watching, you're an asshole.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think this is a great conversation about being a captain. And you know what I love about this is that we clearly have very different styles about being a captain, but that's fine, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And there's people that like to join teams like mine that are more intense, maybe more competitive, more, always thinking about, okay, safeties, getting coaches, things like that. Yeah. And then there's other teams that are more laid back and more for fun and that sort of thing. So I love that about the APA, and there's something for everyone. And we have our producer is trying to get up, and he may
jump on my head.
I don't want him to knock that over. We had a little interruption from our producer, and he told us that it's time to move on to the Magic 8-Ball question.
Cool.
So Jesse, why don't you think about your question, and then you can pick up the Magic 8-Ball and tell us what your question is.
Should I play with Sue in the captain's tournament?
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe.
Wait,
no, my reply is no.
All right, that's fine. We'll see you at the tournament. I'll try and...
I like this answer better. Cannot predict now.
Okay. Well, the captain's tournament isn't until March of next year, right? So we got some time.
I'm a car guy. A classic car guy.
Yeah.
So if there's a car show going on that weekend, then I'm not going to play.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Maybe there's a car show that weekend.
You have your priorities
and 8-Ball knows.
All right, great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for this great conversation about being a captain. And hopefully some of our viewers appreciate how much time and energy we put into being a captain of our team. It's a really important role for us. And thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Lucky Breaks podcast.
That wraps up another episode. A big thank you to our guest for joining us today and sharing their story. If you want to connect with our guest, their contact info can be found in the show notes for this episode. Also, please show your support by liking and subscribing.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Lucky Breaks podcast. You can find more episodes at youtube.com/@luckybreaks-podcast or by searching for Lucky Breaks on your favorite podcast player. This episode was produced by Sue Lueder and Aaron Schulman. Thank you for your support. Sign up to be a guest on a future episode from our YouTube channel page.